10 places to visit in Myanmar. Myanmar is a spectacular country and full to the brim of iconic sights. It stole a piece of our hearts the moment we stepped off the plane and landed into the crazy, wonderful, and inspirational country. Known as the Golden Land, Myanmar is rich in culture, history, sublime landscapes, hospitable people, and deeply Buddhist culture. The country's diverse beauty ranges from snow-capped Himalayan mountaintops to vast underwater reefs teeming with life. You'll find an abundance of pagodas, temples, deep forests, rivers, natural lakes, and gorgeous beaches. Myanmar is gradually opening to the foreign tourism, so travelers who wish to experience a more traditional Burma can visit this place. Number 10. Yangon. Oddly anglicized to Rangoon under British rule, Yangon is one of the great unsung cities of the world, and certainly the friendliest. The Garden City of the East is most famously known as the home of Myanmar's Holy of Holies, the 2,500-year-old Shwedagon Pagoda. At 325 feet in height and covered in 60 tons of gold, Shwedagon's shimmering glory dominates the city's skyline. Although Yangon is much more than Shwedagon, there are a host of fine exotic hotels and restaurants, a burgeoning art scene, rare antique shops, fascinating markets, and even the nightlife is surging with new energy. Yangon is truly an urban experience quite unlike anywhere else. Number 9. Mrauk U. Mrauk U, once known as Mrauk, is an abandoned city with strong archaeological importance. While its temples are similar to Bagan's, they're smaller and a lot more modern, made from stone instead of brick. Surrounded by still inhabited rural villages, rice paddies, and a panorama of rolling countryside, these temple ruins, which were once part of a powerful Arakan kingdom, are a sight to behold. While Mrauk U was a thriving trading post during the First Anglo-Burmese War, it was relocated to Sitwe after the war ended, leaving Mrauk U behind. Since then, the temples and the city itself has been largely forgotten, left to crumble into dust. The isolation is what makes Mrauk U charming though. Only 5,000 tourists make it here every year, so you're likely to get the temples pretty much all to yourself. Number 8. Kalaw. Kalaw has risen on the Myanmar tourist scene to become one of the favorite destinations for trekkers and adventurers hitting the country's eastern mountains. Perched high up on the ridges of the Shan Hills, the spot began life as a mountain town under British rule, intended to offer a respite from the Asian heat of the plains below. Today, visitors can still enjoy the cooling breezes of the highlands, along with a clutch of laid-back guest houses, excellent food markets, and most importantly, hiking without the need for a permit. Number 7. Ngwe Saung. Ngwe Saung might not have the tropical perfection of Ngapali, but thanks to a prime location on the edge of the Bay of Bengal, along with a clutch of pretty coconut groves and 5-star resort hotels, check out how those sparkling infinity pools merge with the blues of the Indian Ocean. It's slowly rising to become another of Myanmar's top beach destinations. Made for relaxation and rest, the long golden sands here are the prime attraction, of course. However, it's also possible to sample fantastic Southeast Asian seafood. Just look to the folksy restaurants that line up along the shore. Number 6. Kyaiktiyo. It's just a short jaunt east from Yangon to the soaring heights of Mount Kyaiktiyo, which are famed as the home of one of the most revered Buddhist relics in the nation, the precariously placed Golden Rock. This awesome, gravity-defying mass of granite can be found perched on its own ledge atop the rolling forests and green hills of south-central Burma. Legend has it that it's suspended by a single thread of Buddha's own hair, and male pilgrims come to scale the winding steps to the wonder to leave gold leaf and gain inspiration. The site is surrounded by its own temple and pagoda, complete with immersive little shrines to lesser-known Buddhist spirits. Number 5. Ngapali. There's no sand stretch in all of Myanmar as famous as Ngapali, a large curve of yellow-white that arches its way around the Bay of Bengal. It's got a lapping ocean of turquoise waves and a fringing of huge palm trees. The occasional clutch of salt-washed fishing boats drift in and out of the bay during the day, feeding the kitchens with an endless supply of fresh seafood. There are oodles of loungers dotting the sands too, and plenty of tour organizers offering scuba expeditions, water skiing, jet skiing, sea kayaking, and more. Ngapali also has its very own airport, making it one of the easier coastal spots to reach from the capital. Number 4. Pindaya. Pindaya is one of Myanmar's more off-the-beaten-track religious sites. It makes its home in the rising Shan Hills of the eastern Mailat region and offers a unique glimpse of the deep Buddhist histories of the nation. Formed from a series of deep caves, Pindaya is home to some 8,000 individual images of the Buddha, which can just be made out glimmering in gold and brass hues in the shadowy caverns. You can also wallow on the lakeside in the town of Pindaya, which enjoys a prime location between the peaks and at the start of the popular cross mountain trekking routes to Kalaw to boot. Number 3. Inle Lake. The Lake Inle region is a picturesque place famous for its unusual floating villages, pretty gardens, and glorious temples. As there are no roads here, you'll get around by wooden boats. The moment you spot the curious leg rowers of Inle Lake and hear the creaking splash of those carved canoes drifting across the water, you'll know you're in the heartlands of rustic Myanmar. A place where time has stood still, this huge body of water is peppered with stilted villages made of wood. The locals are known for their on-surface agricultural methods, and you'll be able to see dashes of green gardens growing straight from the lake. Number 2. Mandalay. You can only imagine just how resplendent the city of Mandalay would have looked when that mighty Shwenwanandal monastery glimmered with its coverings of gold leaf. And it's easy to see why even the very name of this mysterious temple-top town in the depths of central Myanmar has inspired poems and lines by perhaps Asia's most prolific English eulogizer, Kipling. However, modern Mandalay does well to balance all those elegant Myanmar pagodas and carved stupas with a real bout of Burmese pandemonium. This is, after all, the second largest town in Myanmar, a pilgrimage site and a famous tourist destination, known for its walled royal palace all rolled into one. Number 1. Bagan. The ancient city of Bagan is one of the most interesting places to visit in Myanmar. Over 2,200 Buddhist monuments dot the Bagan archaeological zone, which is spread across 26 square miles, creating an otherworldly vista when viewed from above. The best way to take in the entirety of this breathtaking city is to fly over it in a hot air balloon. The rides take place in the early mornings, and you can watch the sunrise over the plains as the temples and pagodas below begin to glimmer in the misty sunlight. Be sure to visit a few of the temples as well. The Bupaya, the Anandapaya, and the That Binyin are among the most famous. The best way to experience the utter magic of Bagan is by taking a hot air balloon ride at sunrise. There are so many stupas, you simply cannot appreciate them all from ground level.